Hello, hello. Hope you all are well today. I have a quick lesson with a story for you today from it's referencing John chapter 5 verse 8, which is Jesus speaking to the crippled man at the water who is full of excuses, right? And so, but first I want to share a quick story that relates. So remembering this is, I think maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, um, my son Levi was only 4 years old, and he was in our backyard playing, and he jumped off of a bench in our backyard onto our deck, and he came up limping, and then before you know it, he's wailing in tears, right? And later that evening, it wasn't getting better, so we had to take him to the doctor. Um, he received his first cast. It was his first broken leg, or broken bone, I should say. Um, the cast came off actually just a few weeks later, but there was still some minor pain, and he was afraid to put weight on his leg, which makes sense. There was so much pain. The doctor asked that we keep trying throughout the week and come back another couple weeks later. So he said, at age 4, they heal really fast, so his bones should be healed within a few weeks, really. It was not a major break or anything. So all week we didn't have much change, and he would try to walk here and there, but then he would always limp. And we were talking about how he had the cast off, but he walked differently, right? He moved his foot to the side and he limped every single step. So by the time we had that next doctor's appointment, there was just very little progress. So we brought him in. The doctor indicated that it was like significant change, and that Levi really was completely healed and he could walk now. And he told Levi, he sat him down, he said, "Now your leg is healed, you can walk." And the very next day, he was walking with just a slight limp, and within 2 days, it was as if there were never any problems. And so now we go to John chapter 5, verse 8, and just these words from Jesus: "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." And I've only ever read this verse as a message for this cripple in this context. And I never really considered myself to be a cripple. But then I see my son walking only because the doctor said, "Get up and walk." So the question I have for you is, where might you be limping in your life, or even crawling? And you probably don't need to be. I ask myself the same question. Where am I being maybe unforgiving of others or myself? Where might I be entertaining a sinful thought life or actions? When and where am I drawing attention to myself instead of seeking to help others? And then I realized that all of these areas in my life are elements of a limitation, a limp that I'm placing on the Holy Spirit that resides within me. The Bible tells us that we can be healers, that we can bring about restoration, that we can move mountains, right? But if I'm limping or if I'm crawling, it might not look as obvious to other people that I have a broken leg or that I'm a cripple. But if I listen for Jesus' words, get up, pick up your mat and walk, that's excitement. That gets me excited, because anything that we have, anything that is causing us to limp, anything that is preventing us from moving forward in His Spirit, He says, get up and walk. So instead of get up and walk, I would say I put my name in that. And so if I find myself struggling throughout the day, getting stuck on something, getting mad and frustrated with people or myself, I can whisper to myself through the Holy Spirit, get up, Matt, and walk. I encourage you to say that to yourself out loud. Preach to yourself today and know that you are healed. Jesus is telling you right now, get up and walk.